Hi.
Hi.
So our first chapter that we're going to discuss today is how to tell a true war story. So that's on page 64 if you want to look at it and mull over it. Okay, so kind of the first thing that happens in this chapter is when Rack Kiley writes the letter to Kurt Lemon's sister. If you remember that. And then he wrote this like really awesome, touching letter, and she totally dismissed it and ignored him. So let's hear some thoughts about that.
Maybe she wasn't ready to talk about it.
She didn't want to accept
Okay,
it.
but why would she? I didn't get ready to reply back.
She didn't want to, like, how would you feel if your brother died? Like, you wouldn't want to think that's true. Like, even with any dad.
I almost feel like she was just mad because like the war killed her brother and like another person that's in the war right now like
It's a lot.
was writing this letter and he's still alive and she's like, no, I don't like that. Like screw you for letting my brother die, kind of thing.
What would you
him?
What would you say?
Because it's not his choice that he had to go to the war.
Yeah, what would you say to them back?
Yeah.
Knowing that your brother died? Like,
No thanks.
thanks for telling me.
That's another good one.
What do you think? What reveals kind of about Rat's character that he's willing to write this letter?
That he really cares. And it affected him.
I think they all really care about one another. We're like brothers when they start to get knowing each other. Like, that's the way I take the army.
Okay, they also called it a love story between the two.
So they were best friends.
Kurt and Rattler.
That's the sister and they were best friends.
Like, would you guys want your, like, best friend to write to, like, your parents that day when you died?
Yep.
Like, you know?
Well, yeah.
And I
I
also,
want my family to know.
So would you reply?
Yeah, would you reply though?
yeah,
Okay, honestly, if I got that letter, because I have a brother, I know what it, like, if he went off to war and I got a letter saying he died, I probably wouldn't reply. Like, I would have no idea what to say, how I would feel about it, and I wouldn't want to write back just because I wouldn't want to accept it, kind of thing.
you gotta at least say thank you.
I'll
Or
just
do
send
the
a
girl
thank you
thing where
card
you
back.
write like 7 letters and throw them on.
Yeah.
Okay, also in this chapter, the baby buffalo was shot. By Rack Kiley, what were your guys'
that's
thoughts?
horrifying.
Okay, back up just a tad. The next story that kind of happens is when Sanders tells the false war story about the mountain.
About the what? The cocktail party.
Like when those guys
Oh,
all
when
went out
they
into
hear
the
like all
the
these
noises.
noises and everything.
Didn't that actually happen though? Like, didn't
No.
that
Who
actually happen?
knows what actually happened?
Yeah, we don't really
Obviously
know.
not like the cocktail
What's-
party part, but.
But like, remember, like the guys had to go out there in complete silence
Yeah.
for a really long time, and they just had to listen.
I
Would
think
you
I'd
be
go
silent for
crazy.
that long?
No.
Like, what would be going through your mind when you were sitting in complete silence in Vietnam with guns firing? There's no
Exactly
war.
why they thought there was a cocktail party going on.
You know, like how sometimes it's so quiet, like you hear like almost like buzz.
Uh-huh.
That's what I
Started
kind,
buzzing.
yeah, that's what I kind of pictured.
Wait, what'd you?
Or
That is so
just
quiet, you
last
start to
night,
hear things.
last night I was laying in my bed and I could hear my watch sitting on my desk, like, the, like, it's really quiet.
Would that drive you crazy?
Yes, that way.
And they just had to sit there and listen to the place I was trying. What would be going through your mind? Like, what emotions would you be feeling?
I would probably be thinking about my family. They didn't come to my dog and my friends before.
Honestly, like, it kind of reminds me of when, like, you're with friends or something and you're spending the night at their house and you want to go up and get food or something and you're trying to be, like, super quiet. You, like, aren't making noise and all of a sudden you hear a sound and you're like, shh. Like, you just sit there and you start, like, freaking out and, like, all these thoughts are running through your head. Like, what am I going to do if someone comes out? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Like, I feel like that's what would be going through my head. And yes, only me. I like food.
Do you think that they were crazy? Or were they?
I don't think they were crazy. I think the war made them crazy.
I feel like it'd be the same as like sitting in like an insane asylum for like 7 days, just like totally on your own. Cause you can't like talk to each other. or whatever. So I feel like it'd be like sitting there, like you guys have seen like those movies, and all those, those people all just go crazy. I think that probably happened to me around.
Okay, the next thing that happened then was the baby buffalo shot. What did you guys think of it?
Horrifying.
Yeah,
That was sad.
Like, why did they need to make it suffer? Like,
Well, it wasn't big, it was wrapped.
Oh, right.
yeah.
Wrapped, but they didn't stop.
But nobody
it.
stopped
That's
them, yeah.
true, they
Why
did.
was
They just did it.
And like,
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
I know, it honestly like ran through my head how much like war actually affects people and like,
They just shot it for fun.
like he's a
Well,
good guy.
why did Rap
Shot
Charlie
just
shot?
because his friend died.
To get his anger
Yeah.
out, I feel.
Like his friend died and like, he's a good guy, like he had the heart to write this letter and like, he was sincere and stuff and then all of a sudden he sees this buffalo and he just wants to make him suffer like he did, like, just changes people.
But the
buffalo didn't make any noise.
It didn't do
It
it.
just took it.
Isn't that like hunting then?
I think animals would make noises.
Yeah.
Like when I step on Coco's tail, she barks at me.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she makes noises.
Yeah, like they normally like.
It says like there was just a light bubbling sound where like his nose had been tapped.
Ugh.
Why would he not shoot to kill, but shoot to
So,
maim?
So he can see some or see something else up where the baby is going to maybe. I'll never really know why he did it.
I don't know why.
Do you think it helped Rat, or do you think it just made things worse?
I honestly think it helped him a little bit. It got his anger out. But it's like, I don't know for sure.
Yeah, because he trying to make things worse because I mean, he can't, just because he shot a buffalo doesn't mean he's gonna bring his friend back. He's gone, he can't do anything about it. No matter what you try to do.
Okay, so then the next chapter was the dentist. The dentist came and lectured on oral hygiene. And then that Curtis Lemon